Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the CGPL Season 3 Finals. Uber and Elfish Guide bringing you in to our second match of the day. It's going to be Steelseries and Avant Garde. They're going to be starting on the map of Dust, actually. And I think we decided that was Steelseries' pick. Don't know how, but that's okay. We're going to jump right into the game. Then we can see pistol round is underway at this stage. And I don't think we'll see too many crazy stuff here early on in the piece. You can see, for the most part, Avant Garde, like they want to set up on the B.
Yeah, Avant Garde, well, we can see Sheep's got his Desert Eagle out. They do always love those Desert Eagles on the pistol rounds, and seems to work out relatively well for them. It looks like Haz going to be picking up the first kill here, heading onto that B bomb site. The bomb's still just sitting down in the tunnels, but looks like Avant really happy to just take this side away. They've lost one player, that's PDG down in mid, but they have got complete control of this B bomb site. The bomb's going to come down here, should be planted momentarily, but Steelseries looking to kind of deny that at the moment. They're going to be rushing here in towards the site. The bomb has been planted now, so the time is in favor of Avant. Chris picks up one onto Nick. Sheep picks up another onto Fenrir, and this looks like it's all over Red Rover. Obez goes down, and Avant picks up the pistol round pretty cleanly.
Yeah, it was clean. You see, Obez pushed into that site and just kind of
did nothing.
Sprayed his USP, which is always a no-no anyway, but he knew there was just too many targets to really focus anyone down, sort of one by one. So pistol going over towards AV, always a bonus when you are on that T side here, and it is two scouts in their hands. Look at how they try and control mid. You can see they're just making sure, just in case, you know, Steelseries wanted to stack on B, they could get a couple on the cross here, really trying to get some damage done with those scouts. I don't really think there'll be too much more yielded, though, at this stage. PG, have a look at this. He's expecting some sort of aggressive push. There is none yet. He's got the Tech 9 from range. So far, it's a fairly slow start from Avant Garde. You can see here the setup. They're very much sitting back playing for picks. They want to use those scouts to full effect by the looks of things. Now PDG decides to make his way over towards B, and Obez and Sparksberg are really going to sit back on that site. So I don't really know what PDG intends to do with that Tech 9. If he's going to, I doubt he'll push it on his own straight away. Crusoe's pushed straight up in towards mid here. Checking CT. Does have a scout. He can definitely do some work here, but he has to be careful. Doesn't want to expose himself. Oh, wow, he gets dinked, but he does do a lot of damage towards Nick. In response, Nick is actually going to come forward on that one as well. Got the dink straight towards Chris. That is definitely going to drop now. PDG making the push in now. Sheep's going to try and catch up as well. Working his way down that mid. PDG happy with the one pick for now. Going to try and work on B. Has in the meantime takes down Fenrir. That is an important pick as he pushes in towards that side, of course.
No guns lost.
Pistols, yeah, exactly. And they're going to hold on to those ones as well. Allow them to maybe hold on to them for an extra round and have that much, that much better buffer, I guess, as they go into the first gun round. PDG even will elect to keep his Tech 9 and not buy on top of that one here. So immunity, well, time to do some damage.
Yeah, it looks like they're pretty content with those weapons that they've got, and of course they are going to be more powerful than the pistols that the Steelseries guys are rocking. Mizu here going to be rushing in towards tunnels. He has spotted Sheep out there to the right. He's going to get... Oh, he gets something. No, he doesn't actually. I can't see what happened. No, that was Mizu. Yeah, he did pick up one onto Sheep, but a couple of kills going across everywhere. So now we're in a 3v3 all of a sudden. Spikesberg is down pretty low. DevK as well has taken a fair amount of chunks, but you've got to say it's still in the favor of Avant at the moment. They do have those ranged advantage, so they are going to be heading towards long with those. Chris spots out one player, two there in the smoke, and the bomb, he actually has the bomb, so he's got a lot of work to do. Haz picks up one though in mid, and it's going to be down to a 2v2 now as I speak, and Nick is going to be taken down there by DevK, and it's up to Mizu here with that scout. He does have, I guess a one shot there onto DevK, but not going to be enough for him, and Haz takes him down. Three rounds over to Avant is definitely, you know, what we would have expected, having picked up that that pistol rather.
Yeah, that was a really nice push, actually. I think out of Spikesberg and Mizu straight towards tunnel. I think I was only watching Spikes at the time, and he looked directly to his right, and there was a player on his left that could have crossfired him, but right behind him was Mizu, and they played the 2v2 perfectly. Unfortunately, they really lost out towards the later part of the round on the A side, and Avant Garde getting the damage done with those guns. Sheep's got an AWP in hand now. Haz does get the pick on Fenrir over at long. You can see now Avant Garde still not really willing to commit to that long. The man Nick is holding it for the moment. He's just going to try and stall out as much as he can, but Crusoe will push out on him. Meanwhile, the bomb's still being held in tunnels. Nick takes down Crusoe. This will make AV definitely think more about working on towards that B side. Flash towards DevK. Going to molly out on towards that side. Spikes is low after the initial salvos coming through, but he will manage to pick up DevK nonetheless. Obez in mid with his famed scope rifle. not able to connect on that occasion, but now they're going to push in towards that bomb site. Nick is the last man standing. He is low on health at that bomb site. Last man standing at least. And see bullets whistling over his head. Obez picks up Sheep. The cavalry are on their way, but will it be quick enough? Nick goes down. Now PDG holding on short. He's going to flash out towards that one, but the bomb is left, I think, on short. So now in mid, PD has to go back and recover that one. He's only got a little bit of health left, and Obez, as the AWP, he's looking at just the right spot. He'll connect, as we would expect the man to do, and has Spikesberg and Obez, a 1v2 situation, has now trying to work on towards short there. The bomb is down in mid. It's a terrible place for it to be. Has finds Obez, and Spikesberg, though, will clean up. Damn, having that bomb in mid really hurt Avant.
Yeah, if they had had the bomb, they would have, of course, been able to plant it. They could have defended the site rather than having to push into those guys from Steelseries. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case, and they had to go back and try and collect it. Obviously, didn't work out there for them. And the first round for Steelseries going to be going over into their favor. So now 1-3. And we've got kind of a half buy coming out here from Steelseries, despite winning that round. And Avant, despite losing the round, have got themselves a full buy because they kind of dropped a lot of weapons off those Steelseries guys. So things not all too bad here at the moment for Avant, actually.
Interestingly enough, Mizu punching straight down mid there with nothing but a 5-7. He's going to be looking for Chris here on the right. Will he look up at the right time? Oh, thanks for coming, Chris. Hits the deck, and now Mizu Aberdeen crack things open towards the mid. Obez also finds a pick with that AWP as well. Make it 2 for the man. And now he's going to head over back towards that B side. Steelseries have good control over the map thus far. It's Sheep and PDG left to try and pick up the pieces of what looked like it was going to be a good round, and now a little bit uglier. We'll have a freeze after this as well. Bit of pause time, so be patient for that one there. PDG does find Spikesberg now. Sheep's going to try and pick it up. Obez, though, again, with another frag. That's his 3rd of the round, and now PDG is caught, well, between a rock and a man with a big-ass boomstick. That is AWP. Obez now looking straight in towards those tunnels. PDG, well, exits is the name of the game right now for the man. Let's see what he can come up with at this stage. He's looking down in towards those lower tunnels here. Definitely wants someone to wander into his crosshair. Mizu's found himself a gun throughout the course of that round, so starting out with very, very little. Managing to definitely accrue a full inventory at this stage now. PDG hoping Fenrir is going to poke down into his direction, but it doesn't look like he's going to oblige at this stage. 17 seconds left. All about, again, bomb dropped in a really disadvantageous position for Avant-Garde. Peter's going to make some sort of entry, and Nick will find him with the FAMAS. They're going to make it 2-3. The very moments that Steelseries had a bye, they've come out swinging. Very impressive from these guys as well, who I'm pretty sure only formed as a team at the start of this CGPL season. Very, very strong work from them. Just checking up on everyone, making sure everyone's settings is okay. We'll have to see what the go is there. Yep, all good to go. Obez with the AWP, you know. I don't want to overhype him and then he just come out and be shocking with the weapon, but he's not.
Seems to be doing all right.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, we've seen Avant have some decent rounds so far on their eco rounds, actually, up against Noxious. I believe they won 2 in their matchup against those guys. So we'll see what they can do here. This is going to be obviously their first eco round. And it looks like it's turning out to be okay so far. They've picked up a 2-for-2 trade, which is pretty decent considering it was an eco. We'll see what they can do here. They've got 2 AKs now. So things
worked. It's really good for them.
Pretty decent. And not a lot of control here onto this A site from the counter terrorists. A lot of them, well, 2 of them hanging around in mid. We've got 1 guy playing on short, I believe, and the bomb still just hanging around here in long. So Avant playing the time down a little bit, trying to, I guess, play with the mind of the Steelseries guys and figure out what they want to do. But Obez opens the game right up, picks up 1 there onto DevK, and that's not going to be good for Avant at all here. Are they going to decide to just try and save, or are they actually going to go for a bomb site? Looks like they're heading down long here.
They've got nothing. They don't really have too much to lose. I mean, they probably had to buy a next round as it is. It should be okay. And, I mean, these AKs they kind of got essentially for free. They didn't pay for them, obviously. They wrestled them off the dead bodies of the SteelSeries players. So, Chris O now probing.
They will need to move quickly because they do have 1 coming up behind them on long. If they don't get into the site before that, they will get rotated on and get destroyed from behind. But Chris, he has been on today. I think he dropped 2 30 bombs in a row, actually, up against Noxious. So certainly turning it on at this event, and we'll see if he can continue that. Oh, that's not good. Spikesberg takes down Chris with that grenade, and it's a 2v1 here for PDG. He's got the bomb down, but not enough time, I guess. Oh, that's going to help him out, though. The bomb is ticking. It's still got plenty of time. There is no kit, but whoa, PDG pulls out a big clutch. And now 4 rounds in the favor of Avant.
The Land Dragon himself flexes his muscles. I mean, here's the thing. if you're in that 1v2 situation, what you have to do is turn it into 2 separate 1v1s. And obviously the architecture of the bomb side allowed him to do that. Obviously those boxes really, you can prevent your opponents from getting you on the blind side. So well played by PDG. Textbook stuff from the man, though. I'm sure he's done that plenty of times. So there's Avant Garde's 4th round here. Trying to slow down the building momentum of Steelseries in those last couple of rounds. Fenrir will be the man to watch along. Obez is there as well. Doesn't have, obviously, a rifle. This is going to be an eco round here for Steelseries. Let's see what they can make of it. DevK and PDG working towards lowers here. Bomb in the hands of DevK at this stage. Plenty of freedom in terms of where they're going to be going here, so we'll have to see. Chriso coming across the face. I don't think you saw anyone mid. Here come the nades, though. Fenrir goes fairly low. Chriso's going to have to check his right if he pushes through at any point. They've abandoned long. Have the Avant guys are now going to work on towards short. So Chriso, again, leading charge. There is one player still back there in mid. That's Nick, covered in smoke at this stage, so he's not going to be able to see anything. And that's given enough time for DevK and Chriso to get up on towards that short. PDG might still be vulnerable. No, he's on short as well. A lot of players on short here now. Here comes the push in towards this bomb site. Chriso trying to spray on through. Let's see what he can get done. Here comes... Sorry, Sheep finds Spikesberg. Has on towards Nick here, and you can see Obez. Last man standing. Nice work with a pistol there, but he's going to deal with a lot of players. This is the position Nick was in last time. Can the man do it? PDG, Sheep pushing on towards that site. Finally finds Obez, but he did hold him up for quite some time. Mizu is the last man standing, though. It is hard to cast and do the camera work at the same time. A lot happening here, but as the smoke clears, the take-home is that Steelseries Mizu is on his lonesome. Still got his AK, which is definitely going to hold on to it. Avant Garde, again, their T-side, impressive. They smoke the bollocks out of mid. Got up onto that short as well. And this is what I say, if you stack that short, it can be really quite oppressive to play from a defensive position on that side, especially if you've got someone rotating through CT. That sucks. Like, probably the only person I've seen that has had consistent retakes from being in CT on that A side is APOC from Chiefs. He can do it. The man is very, very sharp when he's aiming up towards that short, but it sucks to play from there as well. Yeah. So if you can clean up the guys on site and Goose and even Car for that matter, and you can make your way over, it's tough for the defenders to deal with it. Anyway, 2 and 5 it is on our scoreboard. Let's see if Steelseries can make it up. It is a gun round here. Obez digging deep for the catch for that orb.
Yeah, of course, it has proved very successful for him so far. We haven't seen Sheep bring too many fireworks to this event. Maybe he will fire up later in the day or even tomorrow, assuming Avant gets into the finals. But at the moment, just happy to sort of sit with that rifle there. And it's going to be Haz and Spikesberg picking up one apiece. Spikesberg finds himself a second onto PDG as well, so it's a 3v4 now. Avant going to have a little bit of trouble, but DevK is gifted a kill there, you would say, by Mizu, just pushing into the upper tunnels. And unfortunately, it looks like...
COD forward.
Yeah. It appears Steelseries kind of just throwing away this advantage that they had in this round, and now it's going to be a 2v3 for Avant to deal with. There is going to be the bomb here heading towards the B site. Fenrir manages to equalize the scoreline, I guess, but the health advantage definitely in the favor of the counter-terrorist. Sheep going to be on point here. He doesn't have a lot of health, but he's going to be taken down there by Spikesberg, and both of them, in fact, taken out there. So it's a 4K in that round for Spikesberg.
Oh, that was great. COD forward. That's basically a term for when something happens that really just shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Like where an element of randomness enters the game, or you just derp hard and something just random happens. 2 out of the Twitch chat. Steelseries do sponsor Team Steelseries.
Naturally.
They are their principal sponsors, so that's all above board, ladies and gents. All right, so it looks like a bit of concentration towards long here. Fenrir, Nick, and Obez all watching that one. Content to leave Spikesberg to watch uppers. I mean, after that last round performance, how can you blame Steelseries for having confidence in the man? I've played against him a few times, actually, and he always takes a giant dump on me, to be honest. So, yeah, well, that's why he's here and up behind the desk. That's the way it goes. Can't play real sports, you play esports. Can't play esports, you cast.
Or you manage a team.
Yes, exactly. Or you do both of them. Both. Yeah. God help me. All right, Chris, wow, and DevK thinking about short here. And Obez is going to throw that precautionary nade over, get the smoke up for the meantime. He's going to be able to watch that with the M4A1S. I think Avant Garde are going to take their time. They've got room to move here. That's the beauty of Dust. They really can decide, in a pinch if they want to change sides here. But Obez will be, again, this is the problem when you commit a lot of players to long. You only leave one player on the immediate side. Spikesmith picks up PD over at the B side, but now Obez has to hold on towards this push. DevK jumps down in towards CT. He's going to get flanked with a hold. Is beautiful. Spikesmith doing some serious work on the rotate through. And we watched Obez for the whole round, and he just...
Did nothing.
He just chilled out. My bad. I was just watching it all happen from afar. We'll get there, ladies and gentlemen. My camera work is going to lift.
I feel like...
I love the Killzor, by the way.
Yeah, me too. I don't know who it is, but I do.
You love the Killzor.
All right, so another eco round here coming out from the Avant guys. Chris, now the one with that deagle. Of course, they seem to like rotate the deagle around. Each of them seems to have a go one round by one. And Obez, well, he probably should have picked up a kill there, honestly, and didn't manage to pick it up.
He's against pistols, man.
Yeah, it looks like Avant getting a decent amount of control in mid, but Mizu says have a grenade, and Has just catches that one, and he's not going to be too pleased about that one, I'm sure. We're going to see Chris here now. Is in a bit of trouble in terms of HP, but the Avant guys really congregating around mid, and it looks like they're going to be pushing out here. The smoke is there in CT, so they are going to go mid to B here. It looks like the window is going to be the sort of option of choice for defense for the counter-terrorist. Chris picks up one. DevK jumps into sight and doesn't manage to see anyone, really. I mean, he spots the guy there, but decides to look away.
Yes.
Wow, what a shot there coming out from DevK. It is going to be 3v3 now, and two guns in the side, or on the side of Avant, and the deagle still on Chris as well. So this is going to be a pretty tough ask here for the counter-terrorist, trying to push back in here. PDG picks up one, probably should have taken down two. DevK, though, trades them out and finishes off the round in favour of Avant, and it's 6-4.
Can I remind you that that was an eco round from Steelseries? So from Avant, sorry. At least they were spraying, it was all pistols. Right, I didn't know that could have gone either way. I mean, I saw Haz's head getting blown asunder by that nade that skidded off the top of Xbox, and I really didn't know how that was going to go. But I tell you what, it was a very, very good performance. Here's the B stack here at the moment for Team Steelseries. Let's see if it works out there. Haz picks up one, and they're going to push straight out in towards it. They're Fenry and Mizu leading the charge. Mizu does find PDG. Can he make it a second here on towards Haz? But Haz says, no, thank you, sir. Have a seat. Nick being the last man standing. DevK, just a casual wrap around from bedroom to clean that one up. It's a 7-4 scoreline. If you're a CT side, Steelseries definitely want a few more rounds than this.
Yeah, you would have to say they would be not pleased with anything less than the last 4 rounds here. They really would want to like to make it to an 8-7. Obviously, we spoke about Dust 2, not the most CT-sided map, but still you want to be winning that CT side when you can, of course. And they do have a buy round, or mostly, they don't have all the grenades that they would have wanted here, but the M4's there in the favour of Steelseries. And Nick starts us off onto PDG, which is a decent opening for the Steelseries guys, but it looks like Avant going to be aggressively pushing here into long. I think they flashed themselves actually there just a little bit, and didn't work out too well for them, and slowed them down a little bit, but Haz, should have hit that shot, I think. I honestly thought it was going to hit, but maybe that's bias coming in here, and it looks like we're going to see the Avant guys making an entry onto the site. Is it going to be DevK here picking up the kill? No, it's not. It's going to be Obez picking up 2 for himself with that M4A1S, and it looks like it's going to be the round going in the favour of Steelseries. Henry and Nick going to finish us off there. And it's going to be another round over to Steelseries, but they still have a little bit of work to do to get back into this half.
Yeah, Avant kind of fell apart on that push in. Steelseries just got there in time. Spikes has got some excellent rotates in through CT towards that A side. He is always there when he has to be. When we saw Nick holding that bomb site on his own, when we saw Obez holding that bomb site on his own, Spike's bird is never too far away. When you can rotate as quickly as that, and that's intuition, by the way, that's game sense and pure clue. You can really, really do good things for your team and influence the game in a huge way. Now, here's the push on towards short. Chriso heading on in. Again, same sort of situation. The Molotov goes up. They're going to have to push on towards the side now. Sheep's HP was going down. There goes Obez. He hits the deck. There is one still in CT. And that's a tough position to play from. In any case, that's the Nick man. What can he do from there? DevK getting a few shots on towards him. I think, no, that was actually Chriso. The bomb will be planted here eventually, but they've got to make sure Long is secure. DevK got to make the poke. He goes a little bit low on that one. Still no bomb. The bomb's actually held at bedroom here, so that still needs to be controlled for Avant Garde. They've got to get this A side down. Maybe a swift rotation to B might be the plan. It seems like the last player from Steelseries has rotated across. Nick will find DevK. Nick will fight Sheep as well. What can he make it? It's out from CT. Fantastic position there. Chriso get the spray down with a double. Nick and Mizu hit the deck now. 2v1 situation. But guess what? Spikesberg is actually still here with the bomb. So he has joined up with Chris Wow, and now they're going to try and deal with Spikesberg. It will pick him up eventually. But I tell you what, it took a lot of big clutches from both sides of the round to get us here in the first place. I really thought they might have gone for a sneaky little B plant, but I guess Avant Garde needed all the players they could get at short.
Yeah, so Avant going to be winning the half. Obviously picking up those 8 rounds, and we'll see if they can manage to take it to 10-5, or if we'll see Steelseries make it 7 and 8, or anything in between. It's going to be a eco round here coming out from the Steelseries guys. And Chris, whoa, he gets traded out there by Obez, but Sheep manages to find himself one as well. So it is going to be 3v4 in the favor of Avant, and they do have the gun advantage. So definitely still in their favor. Obviously, the bomb there, though, is down at long, and we're going to see the Steelseries guys. Are they going to rotate here? No, it looks like there's going to be one pushing up here in mid, and he's going to spot the bomb carrier out. Surely is going to be taken down there, though, by Sheep. Unfortunately, we missed that. But Spikesberg here is going to spot the players on short. Isn't going to be able to do too much there with that P250 of his and gets nothing for his work. And has taken down Nick as well. And Spikesberg is eventually taken down there by Has with the Tech 9 as well. So a very nice round there coming out from Avant. They only dropped one gun, and they've got themselves 9 rounds in this first half.
Yep, that's the Avant. I use waggly fingers here. Thank you, Swiper, for that. Sniper, should I say? That's the Avant-Garde T-side at work here. But if Steelseries can coordinate a similar sort of approach, they're going to be fine as well. Has opens up the account with a pick on Spikesberg on the cross. I hate that. I hate it when some superstar AWPer picks you off and you're trying to cross over. That's just the worst feeling. Yeah. All right, PDG and DevK going to go for the push. Might be a bit mid to B here now that the pick at mid did go down. Spikesberg has obviously hit the deck. A lot of decoys actually over it long for some reason. Now here's the push on towards B. It is the standard mid to B kind of play. They're going to try and get here on towards the bomb site. Mizi's just going to get completely overwhelmed very, very quickly. Looking left, right, and center, trying to get the site under control. It is under control. There is no reason to worry. It's Nick and Fenrir need to make the approach here. Nick will probably be the first to make contact. That was with Chrissy trying to duke it out in the 1v1 gun battle. He does get the better. Has though found Fenrir in the meantime. And now Nick's got to put this together. He's got to make a mountain out of a molehill. He gets naded down to 2 health. The flash is everything right now. This will be a huge clutch, but DevK quite simply sends him packing, and it's going to bring up a halftime score of 10-5 in favor of Avant-Garde there. And I'll tell you what, Has big, Chris big. And I'll tell you what, Spikesberg and Obez doing some serious work here as well. But the rest of Steelseries lagging behind a little bit in terms of score. What are your thoughts on that first half? Avant, as you said, as we maybe expected, strong showing.
Yeah, that first...
is on the bottom.
That first eco round that Avant were able to take out really kind of turned the match around. If they had have lost that one, they would have been a little bit more in trouble in terms of money, and it just managed to let them get a few more rounds that they probably shouldn't have. And 10-5, as we said, Avant probably more of a T-sided team than anything else. So we'll see how they can go on this CT side. But surely you would expect that they have this map in the bag, barring any crazy shenanigans coming out here from the Steelseries guys. But we'll see how this pistol round goes. It's going to be very important. I mean, everyone says it, but I guess you can't really overstate the fact of how important those pistol rounds are. Of course, they do allow you to get a couple of easy rounds in as well. And we're going to see Steelseries just playing all across the map. A couple of guys playing up there in tunnels, a couple playing on short, and a couple playing in mid as well. They're going to just look around for a pick or something like that, but not going to be able to spot anything out. The Avant guys very happy to just wait there in the sights for them. It's going to be looking like a mid to B here from most of the team, and they haven't managed to get an entry frag just yet. Fenrir does take down Sheep, but not going to be enough because Avant manages to pick up 2 kills there, though. They do have the control of the site now. It's going to be up to the Avant guys to retake it here. We're going to see one guy coming through the window, and DevK manages to find one onto Nick as well, so things not looking pretty at all for Steelseries. They haven't even got the bomb planted either, so time still working in the favor of Avant as well. Chris manages to find one there from tunnels and finds a second as well with a nice headshot onto Fenrir, and it's going to be the pistol round going over to Avant.
Not what Steelseries were looking for.
Definitely not.
Very nice by Chris here. He's big on land, had a great spray down as well on the T-side in that last half. He's definitely, he's hit his stride. He's feeling confident. There's no doubt about it. Let's see now what the plan is for Avant-Garde heading forward. Does have a scout. So does Sheep, actually. So both of those guys see if they can make some longer range picks. Oh, Has cops one there from Obez. It's going to be the Titanic battle of the two of them there. Obez gets the better of him, though. That's what we're talking about. And in the meantime, PDG did take down Fenrir. But it looks like things are going to be coming to a head more so over on the B side of the map. The bomb is held in tunnels at this stage. Nick is still in mid. Mizu the man in tunnels with Spikesberg at the moment. So Obez will probably try and open things up a little bit. We can see Avant-Garde stick it fairly close to one another. PDG up on short, the Bank of Atletico shining in the sunlight here on the...
I'm ready for some crazy mag jumps. Here we go.
Oh, he's looking towards mid. He's definitely thinking about it. Can he find Nick? Oh, that's a bit funky. Oh, no. Please, PD. Why? Why you do this to me, bro? Hype you up and then you cave it. Well, PDG not able to do too much work over there and towards mid, unfortunately. Sheep still holding that B side here. So it's Steelseries really have the liberty to dictate the flow of this game at the moment. They've just got to decide. They've got to decide fairly soon. Time is not their friend, especially on the T side here. Spikesberg smoked out. He's not going anywhere on B at the moment. They're going to push in towards short, though. Nick is going to go up there. So is Mizu. DevK gets the pick on Obez there. The legendary sniper in the dirt for this round at least. Avant with the player advantage. 30 seconds remaining. Nick does have the bomb. Let's see if he can do something with it. Mizu does find Chriso on the push down. Let's see if he can get in on towards that B side, make the entry. No shots coming out from CT. Mizu now is going to deal with shots coming from both sides, and he does get gunned down eventually. Nick is on B though. He does manage to secure that one. DevK comes out of nowhere with some big scout work. And oh dear, Spikesberg, the last man standing, he's going to try and get a plant. I think PDG is going to try and put a spanner in those works. Well, he does get that down. Some pretty wayward shooting there from PDG. He's going to give him that one, but there it is. He will get the pick on him. 11, well, it's going to be 12 and 5 now as well. It's a huge lead for Avant to have. Another strong showing from them on Dust.
Definitely is. I mean, if they can make it to 16-5 again, that would be very good for their rounds for and against. Obviously, they're going to be going up against Immunity after this one, and it's going to be a very important match. Assuming Immunity wins, of course, their game, and we'll see how this one between Avant and Steelseries go. But the Immunity and Steelseries one was pretty close. So every round kind of counts here. And if we get a three-way tire or something like that, it's going to go down to the rounds for and against and that sort of thing. So as we say, you know, the better the round deficit in your favor, the more likely you are to be going through in that first seed, which is very important because you could avoid someone like the Chiefs from the afternoon, which is probably not somebody you want to be going up against. But having said that, they are a relatively new LAN team, and they've had a few shake-ups with their roster as well of late. So it could be maybe a little shaky, but we'll see PDG here defending from Carl with that mag. He really loves the mag and the deagle. Those are kind of his signature weapons, I feel, and certainly working out well for him so far. Spikesberg managing to, well, I thought he was going to get a kill there, but unfortunately he didn't even really do any damage at all. And Avant picking up a very, very clean round.
I mean, the bonus about the Mag 7, pretty much the reason why you pick it up, is that first shot is quite often lethal if you can get it towards like the upper half of their body. Peter was a little bit lucky to get that kill. We'll say that much. However, don't take too much away from him. Sheep saving some serious bank here, by the way. He actually hasn't opted for an AWP yet. Still sticking with that scout. Of course, Obez now really trying to do some work with the AWP. Again, long is where a lot of consternation is going to be occurring. Like the word consternation. I think I know what that means. I have no idea what it is. I have the correct definition of it. Nonetheless, Obez looking towards mid with the AWP, and they are going to try and make their way down. Oh, it's been too long since I cast with you, Jordan. Too much fun. Anyway,
it's good fun.
Obez no armor, importantly enough, so obviously he's really extended himself to pick up that AWP. Fenrir and Nick are going to be the ones that are going to be trying to create an opportunity here. And will it be over towards the B side? Flash comes down. Nick now trying to deal with Sheep. Fenrir did pick him up now. It's going to be a push towards the B side here. Surely has trying to get some spray in through CT. There's not much he can do from there though, and looks like Avant Garde have really left this side highly undefended at this stage, and really easy for Steelseries just to walk all over. It has still smoked out in that C2. So frustrating. He can't bridge the gap at all, and the entirety of Avant Garde are prevented from advancing on the bomb side until right about now. PDG, as you would expect, be leading the charge, of course, and Chriso is going to be heading up. All of them are pushing on towards this side. Let's see what can be done here. Molotov towards backplate just to deal with that pesky little sniper that likes to sit back there. Where is Obez though? He's actually still sitting in tunnels here, so it's not actually where we're expecting to see him. Mizu gets the pick on straight in. PDG wants a piece of the action too, and he gets it. You better believe he gets it now in on towards the side. The retake well under the way. Chriso does get up the peel. It's got to be a quick defuse. Doesn't even have time. No, Nick gets the interrupt. He gets the double as well. An important round for Steelseries to bring this one back. My God, did they need that one?
Absolutely, and Nick's going to manage to keep that AWP as well in his favor, so let's see what the Avant boys are going to do here. Are they going to go for a little bit of a force-up, or are they just going to go for an eco? Looks like they're going to be content with those deagles, 3 of them. And the scout onto DevK, of course, has picked up a CZ as well. So this is not going to be a round which you would expect the Avant boys to win. But having said that, they have had some pretty strong eco rounds coming out here so far, and we'll see what they can do. They've got a little bit of a stack there in mid on top of each other. I've seen them doing it a couple of times, just looking into short from the doors, and Obez just
have a seat,
picking up a very clean kill there onto DevK. No troubles at all, but not going to spot anyone else out. I think he sort of feels like there's someone there, and he's trying to spam through the smoke, but not going to find anyone just yet. The crosshair slightly out of probably where it should be if he wants to pick himself up a kill. The bomb here, though, is going to be heading up towards short, and is going to be jumping there onto that A side. But it looks like the Avant guys have rotated very quickly, so they do have a decent opportunity at defending here. Chris picks up 1, finds 2 for himself. Spikesberg has only managed to find himself 1, so this is not a fantastic situation at the moment there for Steelseries, though Mizu manages to clean it up, and it looks like they're going to get rotated on from behind here by Obez. If they don't turn around and watch him, they could be in a troublesome position, and actually they're going to be falling back into CT. The bomb has been picked up here by Mizu, so a little bit of a lull in the action. The eye before the storm I guess you could say. It's going to be, who is that? I can't even tell, but they're going to be jumping up there. It's going to be boosted. I think PDG boosted up Sheep, and Sheep managed to get headshotted there by Mizu, and looks like PDG is going to have to go for some heroics once again. I don't think you would really count him onto this one there. It is a big crossfire there, and too much for him to deal with, and Steelseries managed to pick up there another round in a row.
Deep breath for Steelseries here as they mount their charge to try and even up the stakes here. You can see they've all been on the big lift. Obez, Spikesberg, Nick, with some impressive performances here. They've got to keep it up, though. Of course, Avant Garde very, very close to the magic. 16 here. See what Obez can do. We see 3 to long yet again. It's a huge investment on that one. It's got to be a quick rotate back because it looks like Steelseries are thinking about short. And I don't know if Avant Garde are going to be ready for this one at all. They will take their time as they push this one. So perhaps they will be able to get in there. Chriso actually in CT here, so no one's set up on the A side, and that in itself might be a deterrent for Steelseries because they won't be able to even see anyone. DevK, though, good start for him. Let's find that pick. He's going to come back from long and see what he can do. Steelseries completely slowed down there. If they wanted to push that site quickly, they would have held the bomb with them. So definitely they've got other ideas. There's no doubt about it. DevK aggressively coming forward here. Spikesberg still just sort of sitting up on short there. Unsure really of how they're going to proceed at this stage. And Fenrir as well looking through those mid doors. Spike's going to go up. Will they be able to get onto DevK? DevK with a pig shaves a heck of a lot of help on Spikesberg. And now here's the pit push in towards mid. Mizu finds PDG. Now they're going to smoke up CT. They're going to make their way towards B. Mizu with some huge and very, very crucial picks here in the early stages as they make their way across towards this bomb site. It's just going to be the one player watching it. Spikesberg finds Chriso now. What can Sheep do from out from those tunnels? Not a whole lot when Mizu's going to be chipping away at his help with that AK like that. He does find him. Did find Spikesberg. So it's a 3v1 situation. Has an AK. So the question remains is, will he just go for exits? I think he's going to have to settle for that at this stage, Jordan. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit hard to get in on and retake that bomb site.
Especially on 6 HP with no armor. Definitely going to be a difficult position, but has managed to find one. So I guess out of all the things that could have happened there, he probably would have actually been pretty happy with that, managing to drop the gun out of the hands of one of those terrorists. And he's just going to save up here and not going to have too much difficulty keeping that weapon as well. So things are getting closer and closer, and Avant probably would like to close the game out from here.
Well, can they? I mean, yes, sure. Like you got 13 rounds on you. They got a bit of money on them as well. So that is, yeah, absolutely. Depending on how this round really goes, if they can get a plant here, if they can keep planting, they're going to be okay. But you know, still see a little bit of a different story for them. They're definitely not. They haven't built up much of a buffer at all. So they need to be careful. Obviously, Avant Garde always, you know, despite losing these rounds, they're still inflicting fairly significant economic damage, and that is definitely important. Here's the push, though. Fenrir coming on towards that B side now. Here it comes. Sheep waiting for the push. The flash does go out. A lot of damage onto Sheep. The nade will find him, though. PDG will respond, though. Takes down Fenrir now, sitting on the side on his lonesome. He's got to try and hold for as long as he possibly can. He set himself up in that corner. That is plenty of time for the rotate. Chriso just trying to lob nades in from a distance there. The PDG pick on towards Spikesberg is a good one. And then Nick trying to hold as well. It's the retake. Avant Garde, PDG doing serious work from that car corner. And now Nick actually finds himself almost all on his own here. It's just him and Obez. Obez picks up the kill, but can he respond with a few more? He has to. No. Avant Garde with the whole PDG in the corner. Just sits back. He gave away ground, and it's not always characteristic for a player like Peter. He likes to be aggressive. He likes to come forward, hold close angles with that Mag 7. But this time, he made the correct decision, sat back on it, got a couple kills for his trouble, and really made Immunity look like they were in disarray, pushing on towards that side.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised we didn't hear him all the way from here. He is a very loud man, and I'm sure he would have been extremely hyperactive after that round. But nonetheless, we are now into the next round. We'll see now what Avant can do. It is going to be a sort of a half buy or that sort of thing coming out here from the terrorists, which is Steelseries. They're actually going to find the first frag there onto PDG, who, as you say, pushing up as he does. And unfortunately, in that situation, it was not the correct decision and did not work out too well for him. But PDG going to be out of this round. Going to be looking now towards what the guys from Steelseries are going to be doing here. And it's going to be DevK as well pushing up, so we'll see what he can do. He has spotted out one. I don't know if he really realizes that there's pretty much the entire Steelseries lineup in mid there at the moment, so definitely a wise decision to back out there, but Obez too sharp with that AWP of his. Picks up Has, and now it's a 3v5 here. It's going to be up to Chris, but no, I think he might have just been out of his field of view there, and unfortunately being taken down there. DevK picks up one, but it's not going to be enough. It's up to Sheep here, and honestly probably should just save. I don't think he's got too much of a chance here in a 4v1.
He'd be struggling. He's definitely a long way from the action as well, so we can assume fairly safely that he'll be saving on this one. It's okay, it's an AWP, all right? You got to hold on to that one. Avant Garde are literally within a lick of taking this map away. The closeness of this map is going to put a lot more emphasis on the next one as well. And that obviously is going to be in Cache. It's going to be Cache on the next map. So interesting to see how that one's going to eventuate. The closer these teams go, the more stakes are put on every round. Really changes the dynamic, actually, our different sort of setup here. So we'll have to see how that goes. Bomb's going to go down. Going to be another round for Steelseries. Going to make it 9 for them. And you can see here, scoreboard, maybe not telling the whole story. You've got players like Sheep and Fenrir lagging behind at this stage a little bit. Mizu has actually had a huge half on this half. Really, really picked up there. So he's going to try and continue on with that momentum and see what he can do. Let's see.
We will see, and it's sort of a force buy here from Avant. They don't have all those weapons. Of course, they've got the FAMASs, so they'll have the weapons that they need, but probably not the ones that they would have wanted, so to speak. But Obez doing his best to try and find someone through the smoke there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do so for him. But Nick managed to take a fair bit of damage there. PDG finds one, but is traded out there by Mizu, and it looks like the B site is kind of all free for the Steelseries guys to get into. Chris manages to find one, and this is a great fake coming out here from Steelseries, actually. They've forced 2 players over there onto that B site from the Avant guys, and it's going to be Fenrir trying to enter the site. Gets taken down. Obez, though, does trade out DevK. It is going to be a 2v3 here, so it should go towards Avant, but Spikesberg manages to even up the manpower at the moment, and the bomb is going to go down here, and it's going to be difficult here for Chris to do much, but he does manage to find one. Is he going to find the second? Yes, he is. Wow. This guy is playing so well today.
It's clutch. He really is. I mean, was it really that good a fake by Steelseries? They lost a lot. They invested a lot to try and sell that if it was in fact a fake and not like a late round rotation or the precursor to that. I feel like they were chunked down to 3 players before they even made the move on towards short, and by that point I think they had 2 guys actually make it to the bomb site. So not the most efficient trading into sites for them, and it cost them dearly. Now it's a matter of seeing if they can hold on here. This is really it for them. Obviously, it's 15-9, so they want to go for that 15-15. We don't have overtime. It'll just be a recorded 15-15 result in that event. So let's have a look here. Bomb dropped. No one got it in their hands right now. Looking for a slower round by the looks of things. Nick probing for picks. Chriso finds Spikesberg, but that's not a good start to Steelseries at all. Nick with nade onto Chriso, though. Going to even the score. Smokes go up. A lot of nades. You can see the focus towards A is intense, but finds the head of Nick. And Sheep also has an AWP there. So this double AWP on A is so much control. Is the man that's really swinging it around like Willow Smith's hair. Doing a lot of work with it, right? 2 kills for the man. Only Fenrir left here. So last hurrah for Steelseries, their player. Probably not been performing as well as he would have liked. Let's see what he can do for us here for Steelseries. Finds Has here. Going to try and deal with PDG. And unfortunately, it's a little bit too little, a little bit too late. Map 1 going over towards Avant Garde, 16-9. A little bit more difficult than, I guess, their last outing on Dust against Noxious.
Yep.
A decent performance from Steelseries as well. But still, not too bad at all. So, interesting result, though. I feel like Steelseries showed promise there.
Yeah. I think Avant are going to be pretty pleased with how that went, and obviously going into Cache, which is a map that they actually enjoy. I was speaking to PDG yesterday, and he said Cache was one of the maps that they do tend to like to play on, so certainly something that Avant are going to probably be looking forward to, and I expect that they will be able to take this one out 2-0.
2-0 is the call. I'm going to go 1-1. I reckon.
Okay.
I feel like Steelseries can bring it back. This has got to be a map that they're sort of familiar with.
Yeah.
It's tricky though, because eco rounds are so much more dangerous when you're not on the eco.
Yeah.
Because there's so many more close angles on this you can hold. And guys like PDG, I guarantee you at least one round he's going to go B main. He's going to have a Mag 7 sitting behind those freaking boxes outside of kitchen, and he's going to do work. Or he's going to do it at least. I've seen him do it before, for God's sake. He's got
If
Mag
not
7.
there, he'll probably just be sitting in checkers and peeking out.
But my point is that there are lots of opportunities where you can play like that on this map, even if you don't really have a predilection to go for that approach normally. So that's exactly right. So things like Tech-9s, even CZs on this map are that much more devastating because there's always it really evens the playing field against a rifle player up at that close range.
Yeah.
So, and good teams know how to use those. They know how to utilize them. Of course, you can use things like boost, and you can obviously use B main with an AWP and try and work long angles here. But it's that much harder, especially on the A side where you've got the red is sitting right in the way, and you've got especially as a T side trying to push in, you've got so many angles. But a CT side AWPer holding it truck going to be so easily smoked out and rendered useless in defending that bomb site. So entries are really important.
Yeah.
The way your smokes come out are really important. Same to be said on B side. Get a good smoke in towards heaven. Like you've honestly won half the battle. That's really honestly all you have to do there. So it's got to be Keish, and I think Avant Garde will pick the side, but we're not too sure about that one.
Not sure what it's going to be.
Either way, we'll be back very, very shortly with map number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 of the day. Second time we've seen Avant Garde here. They are already up 1-0 against Team Steelseries. A chance for the boys in the orange and black to bring it back. We'll see how that eventuates very, very soon. Don't leave us, ladies and gentlemen. We're back.